What's going on, everybody? You notice I'm wearing black today. I'm not wearing any Phillies gear because I think this could be the funeral for the entire 2024 season for the Phillies if somehow they get swept by the Marlins. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports. A lot to talk about today for this Phillies pregame live, starting with last night. A 5-0 loss to a team that was by last night 30 games under 500. They're 31 last night. They're 30 right now after that win. You lose 5-0 to the Miami Marlins, who traded away all of their top hitters. They traded away Josh Bell. They traded away Josh Chisholm. They traded away Brian De La Cruz. But it didn't matter because the Phillies still got obliterated. I mean, Taijuan Walker looked awful in the first inning. He got settled in. First came back, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So his over on the strikeouts did hit. I believe the line was 4.5 or 3.5. But regardless, he looked awful in the first inning, gave up 2 runs. That's something we'll get into later. But Phillies need to hold it until later. You get 4 hits and 1 run. You get 5 total base runners, not even a single run, against a team that's 30 games under 500. And you want to call yourselves World Series contenders. And you cannot. You put up a donut against the Marlins of all teams. It's not like they're playing the Dodgers and Tyler Glasnow's pitching. Not like they're facing a Cy Young candidate. They're facing the Marlins. The Marlins. And you put up 0 runs. Just an abysmal showing. I watched almost every Phillies game from 2013 up until 2018. Those horrible teams. And last night was one of the worst losses I have ever witnessed. I needed bleach for my eyes to wash away all of what I just watched last night. Edward Cabrera on the mound for the Marlins tonight, 2-3, 5.21 ERA. Don't let those numbers lie to you. He is far better than what those numbers tell you. Against Tyler Phillips, who this could be his last appearance for the Phillies in the majors this year, 4-1 with a 4.83 ERA. Got David checking in. My Angels suck against the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh man, are they losing? I didn't show. Let's get an update. It's the Blue Jays, Angels and Blue Jays. Let's see. 6-1. Ooh, man. Yikes. Yeah. Angels 52-68 now. Man. I mean, the Blue Jays are supposed to be really good this year, but I did call it at the beginning of the year. I did say they were going to be a big disappointment. So, man, yeah. Stinks for the Angels. Big win for the Blue Jays. Let's get back to Phillies. No Trey Turner tonight. So, anybody that's been saying that Trey Turner needs to be benched, I heard Joe Gillo say that on the radio today. He said that they should bench Trey Turner, and he got his wish. Edmundo Sosa is starting at short, and with no Trey, Nick Castellanos moves up in the lineup. He is batting second. Not too sure how I feel about that. He was doing well, and then they brought him up to the second spot before, and it was just not the greatest, but Castellanos is doing better than he was, and he's been one of the Phillies' most consistent hitters. So I am okay with it. You might as well see how it goes. Edmundo Sosa is batting 276 on the season, 266 against righties. No, he's batting really well against lefties. So it's not just against the lefties. Sosa's batting 266 against the righties too, so he can get it done. A big game for him too, because I genuinely think he could be the full-time starting second baseman. If Bryson Stott continues to be as awful as he's been, I genuinely, if let's say Edmundo Sosa goes 2 for 4, 3 for 4 tonight, I genuinely think that Sosa could be the full-time starting second baseman, and Bryson Stott might move to the bench not permanently, but for a good amount of time. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is even a remotely possible thing, or am I just cuckoo? Let me know if I'm just crazy or if Edmundo Sosa genuinely has a chance to take over the starting second baseman position. The Marlins, Edward Cabrera, no changes to the lineup. Manuel Rivera starting. Shout out, talked about former Philly Christian Pache yesterday. He came in, I believe he struck out 4 times, something pretty bad. So he's not in the starting lineup today. Edward Cabrera, though, he's had 25 strikeouts in his last 4 games. He's had some really great performances lately. He's given up 4 hits He gave up 3 hits in 3 of his last 4 starts and 4 in the other one. Against the Orioles, he struck out 6. Against the Rays, he struck out 7. Against the Braves, he struck out 8. And against the Padres, his last game, 7 innings, no runs, only struck out 4. But still, like I said earlier, the numbers don't lie. Don't be fooled by Edward Cabrera. He's been there's a reason he was one of the Marlins' top pitching prospects for the past few seasons. He's starting to look like he's finally getting it together. For all my gamers, MLB The Show players, you know how nasty his card is, so you know how nasty he can be, and he's starting to look like that in real life. So, Jeff, definitely do not take him lightly. You see, oh, he's got over a 5 ERA. That's cakewalk. No, not with this Phillies team, and not with how good Edward Cabrera has looked recently. So we'll get to the keys to the game now. Bats, please wake up. Do all the fans a favor. Please wake up. They have gotten 2 or less runs in 3 of their last 4 games. That is abysmal. You are a World Series contending team, and you can't score more than 2 runs. And in that last Diamondbacks game, they scored 5 runs, but they had a 3-run 9th inning. Besides that, they only had 2 runs. So, you need to wake up. Wake up, please. Edward Cabrera, get on him early. I say this all the time for people who watch this. I say strike early, strike often. That's why I'm a huge believer in Kyle Schwarber as the leadoff man. You go up 1-0, that completely changes the game. And we'll get it. The next one here. You need to have a no-run first inning. The last 4 games on the 4-game losing streak, Phillies have given up a run in the first inning. They've lost each of those games. They're 1-5 in August when they let the opposing team score in the first inning. It completely shifts the momentum. Taijuan Walker comes out, looks flat. Marlins score 2 runs. Instantly, that's a mood setter, especially that Philly crowd. The crowd needs something to get riled up over. And if you give up a run or more to a terrible team in the first inning, well, then the crowd's mood just goes, oh, yeah, let's go. To just, oh, okay. Especially now with how poorly the team has played. The crowd is everything. So you need to Tyler Phillips, 0 runs this first inning. That's all I want to see for if he gives up 10 runs, nothing you can do about it. But if you give up 0 runs in the first inning, that just gives the team all the more chance to have some kind of success. And he's the next key. The South Jersey kid, Tyler Phillips, could be his last appearance for the Phillies. Spencer Turnbull is close to coming back. Even Dylan Covey had some rehab games. I don't think they're going to bring him up just yet unless there's an injury, but he's an option to come back. Ranger Suarez is going to come back. Spencer Turnbull is coming back. So Tyler Phillips on the chopping block. If he shows out tonight, I know it's against the Marlins, but if he shows Rob Thompson something, I think there's a chance he could extend his stay, maybe even to the postseason. But I'm not sure about that because with Turnbull coming back for sure, he's going to be in the bullpen. With Ranger Suarez absolutely coming back, they're not going to send Taijuan Walker down. They're probably going to send Max Lazard and Tyler Phillips down. It's a shame, but maybe they don't. Maybe if Tyler Phillips actually shows out, like show something from when he was pitching against Cleveland, that one of the best teams in the league. I believe Cleveland has the best record in the whole league right now, and he pitched a complete game shutout. So if you show that Tyler Phillips today, there's no doubt in my mind that Rob Thompson's going to at least consider keeping him on this roster. He hasn't been doing too well recently. 12 runs in his last 2 starts, 8 runs in less than 2 innings against the Mariners, and then gave up 4 runs against the Dodgers. Didn't pitch awful in that Dodgers game. Was pretty awful in the Mariners game. But, I mean, Tyler Phillips, up and down so far. Not the greatest his past 2 starts, but we'll see if he can keep that going tonight. Alec Boehm, we talk about this every game. We've been talking about this for a long time now. He's 30-game on-base streak, the longest active streak in the majors right now. Xavier Edwards on the Marlins was trailing him by a game for the longest time, and then he went 0 for 4, so he's no longer close. But Xavier Edwards, man, I thought it was my first time seeing him live. Looked really, really good. Definitely, I think they found their Luis Arias replacement. So Marlins always find that sneaky contact guy. It's either a big power guy or sneaky contact guy. So Xavier Edwards, look for him he's batting over 340 so far this season. I know he hasn't played the full year, but my goodness, you bet anybody that bats that much in over 100 plate appearances, that's really impressive. So keep an eye out for Xavier Edwards in the future. And going back to this, I want to give credit to Paul Casella on Twitter. This is how badly the Philly. There has been 204 players with at least 65 plate appearances since the All-Star break. And here's the OPS rankings. This is where some of the current Phillies, their rankings are. Trey Turner, out of 204, he is 198th. Out of 204, 198th. Brandon Marsh, 197th. Bryson Stott, 191st. JT Realmuto, 175. Bryce Harper, 142. Out of 204, 198th, 197th, 191st, 175th, 142nd. Kyle Schwarber is the only one in the top 50. That is abysmal. I can't believe how badly Brandon Marsh and Bryson Stott have been. Stott has lowered his K rate and upped his walk rate, and he's still been pretty awful. And it sucks to see because these are the daycare. They're two of the three guys on the daycare. They're two of the most beloved guys on the team, but they have just been struggling. So the big reason they need to come back. They really, really, really need to do something. So here we go. Let's see what we got cooking for the HRS Triple Play of the day. Reminder, use your code HEAT. You get 50% off your membership for your first week, first month. Could be your first year. But anyway, you hit some of the bets we do tonight. Sign up, get 50% off. You could potentially pay off the first week, and then you can buy some more. So here we go. Triple play today. Tyler Phillips, over 4.5 strikeouts at -105. These are all on DraftKings. I do think he's going to have a good game. I'm projecting a win. I'm just trying to stay positive. Tyler Phillips, over 4.5 strikeouts. I think he can get 5 to 6. Didn't hit on the Sanchez one the other day, but that's just because he was getting shelled, and I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I don't think Tyler Phillips is going to be shelled by the Marlins. I think he'll have a solid outing with about 5 to 6 strikeouts, so hit that over. Johan Rojas, he was 1 for 2 yesterday, had a double. I do think he has been one of the Phillies' most consistent hitters recently, which is crazy to think. A lot of people wanted Luis Robert. They wanted to give the farm to get Luis Robert. Luis Robert's been batting under 200 since the All-Star break, and Johan Rojas has been the Phillies' 4th or 5th best hitter since then. So he's got a lot more power. I can see him getting a couple hits tonight, and I think he's going to hit that 2-base mark at +225. +225. I think that's really, really good odds. I think that's free money in my opinion. And then Phillies money line, -166. I do think it's going to be a win. There's no way. Right? There's no way the Phillies lose. Not wherever the wood is. No way. No way. They can't, right? Oh man, I'm gonna be biting my own. Post game should be interesting if Phillies don't win. Here's a bonus bet. I guess the score right against one of the games against the Diamondbacks. I said 6-4 Phillies, and that was right. So why not 5-2 Phillies tonight? Why not? +2,000. Those are insane odds. I would not recommend betting a ton of money on this specific one, but why not? Why not? If I was a betting man, I would do it. Just why not? Low risk, high reward. You bet 10 cents. Oh well. You lose it, it's 10 cents. It's not a big deal. But if you win that, I mean, not much. I'm saying 10 cents. That's not a lot. But put $1. You never know. +2,000 for guessing the score right. That's almost like winning the lottery. It could be if you put some money on there. Talks about. Did you see the thumbnail? Is this really a must-win? And I do think so. I'm very concerned, not just for the way the Phillies have been playing, but for the way other teams have been playing. Mets lost 9-4. They've kind of been cold lately. They're on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, they lost to the A's at home. They got brutally 9-4. That's not the greatest showing from the Mets. And the Braves, they won again in extras yesterday. So they're up 2-0 on the Giants in their series so far. And they just activated Michael Harris from the injured list. Can't stress how big of a move that is. I know Ronald Acuna is out for the year. Ozzy Albies is probably out for another month. But Michael Harris coming in, I mean, he's a really good guy. He won Rookie of the Year just 2 seasons ago. And, I mean, you win Rookie of the Year over Spencer Strider. That's certainly saying something. No, he didn't have the greatest year last year, but he's still a guy. He's a former All-Star. And having him come back for the Braves, it's huge for them. So they're only 6 games back. The Phillies lose tonight and the Braves win again. It's 5. And they see them a couple of times. I think they play them 7 more times. They have a 4-game series and they have a 3-game series. So every win counts. So I am massively concerned, especially about the Braves, that they have a real chance at stealing the division from the Phillies. And another reason why I say it's a must win, the Diamondbacks, they've been on fire lately. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They have the tiebreaker over the Phillies. They've won 5 in a row. They're probably going to win 6. They're up on the Rockies right now. Very concerned about that. They might even catch the Dodgers, which is a crazy thought because the Dodgers are a game and a half up on the Phillies right now, but Diamondbacks definitely could. And another team that could catch both of those teams is the San Diego Padres. They are also 9-1 in their last 10 games. So they're keeping it very competitive, that 3-headed NL West race between the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, and the Padres. Brewers, they also haven't been the greatest lately, but they're still 2 games back from the Phillies. And the way the Phillies have been playing recently doesn't look like they're going to start winning anytime soon. So make or break this could be the death of the season. Tyler Phillips, I definitely think this is a must do well for him. Otherwise, I think there's a good chance that we've seen the last of him for now. I do think he'll be back. If, say, he does move down back to the minors this season, I do think we will see him again next year. He's shown too much to not be anything at least impactful for the Phillies compared to a lot of other guys. 5:47. So first pitch is in less than an hour. Be live here for postgame 10 minutes after the final out. Could be sooner. It depends if it's a close enough game or if it's a blowout. Have all my notes ready to go. But if it's a closer game, that completely changes the outcome. So could be 5 minutes, could be 10, could be immediately after. So with 10 minutes, that's the deadline. So live here on Heat Ratio Sports for Phillies postgame. Like I say always, hopefully we can talk about Phillies win. HRS Triple Play of the Day for a reminder, all on DraftKings. Tyler Phillips over 4.5 strikeouts at -105. Johan Rojas 2+ total bases at +225. And then the Phillies money line at -166. And the bonus bet, a little bit of a reach, but why not? I can proclaim to be a genius if I somehow get this right. I'm not going to do that. Who knows? Maybe I will. But Phillies 5-2 at +2,000. Definitely some low risk, high reward. Why not? So those are our 4 bets of the day. We've usually been hitting 1 each game. So at least 1. You could pay off your membership at Win Daily for the first week. Use code HEAT. You get 50% off for your best bets. Reminder again, live 10 minutes after the final out. Could be sooner. Keep you all updated depending on the score. So enjoy the game. Nobody be too stressed out. It's just baseball. I say this, I'm going to be yelling at the TV if they don't do well. So hopefully see you everyone here for Phillies postgame. Hopefully talk about a Phillies win. Enjoy the game, everyone. Whoa. There we go. Now I can say the right intro. Enjoy the game, everyone.